Alright, here I want to show you how you can draw or construct an ellipse by using focal point method or locus method. Whenever you are asked to construct an ellipse using focal point method, two things will be given to you. The major axis and the minor axis will be given to you. So in this case, the major axis that I want to use is 120 millimeters, and the minor axis that I want to use is 80 millimeters. So before I move on to construct or to show you how you can construct an ellipse using focal point method, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you need to subscribe. And then after you have pressed the subscribe button, make sure you put on the notification bell. Activate the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video on technical drawing, you'll be notified. And then you also need to practice, because this subject is a practical subject and you don't just need to be watching it. As you are watching it, make sure you are also practicing. That's how you can master this subject and know it better than I do. Alright, let's move on and construct the ellipse as I said. Now, as I said that the major axis that I'm using is 120 millimeters and the minor axis is 80 millimeters. The first thing that you need to do is to draw a horizontal line of any length. Then take your set square, set it somewhere here like this, and draw a vertical line of any length. Then take a measurement from this point. So let me call this point the point of intersection of the horizontal and vertical line. Let me call it point O. Let me call it point O. Now, from this point O, take 40 millimeters up. This is 40 millimeters. And from point O, take 40 millimeters down. So this is 40 millimeters here. Alright? Now, so I will call this point, I will call it point D. And this is point C here. Now, then that is 80 millimeters. As I said that the minor axis that I want to use is 80 millimeters. Then from this point, I'm going to take 60 millimeters to the left and 60 millimeters to the right. Okay, so I have 60 millimeters there. So this point is point A and this point is point B. Okay, now after this, you take your compass. Take your compass, then take distance OA or distance OB, anyone that you like, 60 millimeters. So you take it with your compass as I'm going to do here. So what is the purpose of taking this 60 millimeters, which is half of the major axis? The reason is that we want to use it to locate our focal points on this major axis AB. Now, after you have taken this 60 millimeters, that is OA or OB, put the pinpoint of your compass at C, or you put it at D, anywhere that you like, either C or D. You can use any one of the two. Then you make an arc on the left. After taking the 60 millimeters, so put the pinpoint at C here, and you make an arc on the left side, that is on OA, and then you make an arc on the right side, that is on OB. So with what we have here, this is point F1, that is focal point 1, and this is point F2, this is focal point 2. So the next thing that you need to do is to take your set square your 60-degree set square, take the 30-degree side. What we are going to do now is that we are going to divide OF1 and OF2 into a number of equal parts. So you are the one that will choose that, whether you want to divide it to 4 equal parts or 5 equal parts, but let it be at least 4 equal parts. So from this point with your 30-degree set square, so draw a line in this direction, and then so you turn this like this, then you draw a line in this direction, incline line in this direction. Okay, so next thing that we are going to do is that, as we have said, that we want to divide OF1 and OF2 into 5 equal parts. I want to use 5 equal parts. That's what I want to use, 5 equal parts. So you take your compass. So take your compass, extend it to a convenient radius. So I believe you know how to do that. I believe you know how to divide a given line to a number of equal parts. So I'm going to pause the video and I will do it and come back and show you the next thing that we need to do. Alright, I have divided OF1 and OF2 into 5 equal parts, as you can see here. I believe that you know how to do that. Alright, the next thing that we are going to do now is that you take your compass, you put the big point of the compass at point A, but before that I've done the numbering here. As you can see here, I number from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from here I number this as 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, and 5 prime here. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do here is to put your pinpoint of the compass at A, and you extend it to 1 prime. Extend it to 1 prime here. 1 prime is on the right side, so extend to 1 prime. Take this distance, A1 prime. Okay, so take A1 prime as I've done it here. Then take it up, raise it up like this, and put the pinpoint at F1. Put the pinpoint at F1 here, and you draw an arc up here. So draw an arc up here, and you draw it down here like this. Then the same radius, put it at F2. Put it at F2 like this. Put it at F2, and you draw an arc up and down. Okay, so the next is take it back to A and extend it to 2 prime. Extend to 2 prime. I want you to see everything. So extend to 2 prime like this. Then raise it up and put the pinpoint at F1. Draw an arc like this and draw it down here. Then you take it and bring it to F2. So draw an arc up and down. Draw arcs up and down. So next is you take it back to A and you extend it to 3 prime. Extend to 3 prime. Then raise it up and put the pinpoint of the compass at F1. Put it at F1. Draw an arc up. Draw an arc down. And then raise it up and put the pinpoint of the compass at F2 here. So draw an arc up and draw an arc down. Okay, so next is you return it back to A and extend it to 4 prime like this. Extend to 4 prime. Raise it up, put the pinpoint of the compass at F1. Draw an arc up. Draw an arc down here. Then you take it, put the pinpoint at F2, the same radius. So you draw an arc up and you draw an arc down. Okay, so you don't need to do it for 5, because by the time we do it for 5, it will land at A here and to land at B here. So just leave that one. So the next thing that we are going to do, so I believe that is clear. I believe you understood that. So the next thing that we are going to do is that you put the pinpoint at A now. You now extend it to 1. Before we use 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, and 5 prime. Now we are using, that is on the right side. Now we are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left side. So you put the pinpoint of your compass at A, extend it to 1. Extend it to 1. This is 1. Raise it up, put the pinpoint at F1. You draw an arc here. So draw an arc here, and then you draw an arc here. Okay, so next, with that same radius, put it at F2 here. So draw an arc up here, you draw an arc down here. You can see that the arcs, they are intersecting. They are intersecting. It intersect the previous arcs. So next is put it at A and extend to 2. Or reduce to 2 on the left side. Then you raise it up, put it at F1 here. So draw an arc here and draw an arc here. Then you take it to F2. So you draw an arc here and then you draw an arc here on the second arcs. So I believe you can see what I'm doing and where the arcs are meeting. So next is reduce to F to 3. Then put it at F1. So you make an arc here. And you make an arc here on the third arc. Then you put it at F2. So you make an arc here. And then you make an arc here. Then the next is put it at A again, point A again, reduce to 4. So take that radius. So put the pinpoint at F1 now. So you make an arc here. So you make an arc on the fourth arc. Then take it to F2. So you make an arc at the fourth arc here, and also you may also make it here. So you can see that the arcs they intersect in each other. So from this point B, so we have a point here, there is a point here, there is another point here, this point is here, we have a point here, we have a point here, there is a point here, we have a point, this point, point A, we have this point, then here, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. Okay, so we need to join them together with the use of a French curve. So you set your French curve here like this. So looking at what I have here, I can join from here. So I can join from here to here. Okay, then I will turn it to this side. But I should join. Okay, I'll join from here to here. All right, so we have that. That is half of it. Excuse me. So next is so I can join like this. Then turn it to this side. So you have to be very careful when it comes to this side. You have to be careful. So I will join this first. And okay, yeah, I've joined them together. Okay, so this is the ellipse, but there's something I want to add to the work that we have done here. In case you are asked to draw a tangent, you are asked to draw a tangent to a point 30 millimeters above the major axis on the right side. You are asked to draw a tangent to a point 30 millimeters on the ellipse above the major axis on the right side. So what you just need to do is this. So you take a measurement from this point over here. So take a measurement of 30 millimeters from here. Take a measurement of 30 millimeters. So this is 30 millimeters. Then you draw a horizontal line from here. Draw a horizontal line from here. So wherever I touch here is a point 30 millimeters. So you touch this point. This is the point. Touch this point here. So I will call this point, I will call it point P. I call it point P. This is point P. Now this point here, this is point P. Okay. Now the next thing that you are going to do is that you will connect point P to F1 and to F2. Connect point P with F1 and you also connect it with F2. There is it. So if you look at this, a triangle is formed. A triangle is formed. So the next thing that you need to do is that you take your compass and you have to bisect this angle. So to bisect an angle, I need to create an arc here. So create an arc. Okay, so create an arc like this. So the next thing is, let's say the arc touch this point. Let's call this point, let's call it X, and this point is point Y. So you put the pinpoint of your compass at X, and so you draw an arc on this side. Draw an arc on this side. Then you put the same radius at Y. So you draw an arc here, like this. So the arc intersects at this point. This is where they intersect. So you draw a line. So draw a line from this point on intersection of the arcs. So draw a line from here through point P. So this line that we have drawn is known as normal. So this line is known as normal. So this is normal line. So but we are asked to draw a tangent. So to draw a tangent now, a tangent is at a right angle to the normal. So to get that done, take your protractor and you set this 90-degree line, set it on the normal line. Set on normal line. So move your protractor a little bit above and make sure you can see point P. So the next thing that you need to do is that from here, so draw a line. Okay. So draw a line. So let's call this line. Let's call this line. So let's call this point N. And this line LM. This line LM. So line LM is the tangent. So this line is the tangent. So this is the tangent. So line LM is the tangent to the ellipse. So it's as simple as I've explained it here. So all you need to do is to practice. All you need to do is to practice, and don't forget, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you need to subscribe so that whenever I upload a new video, when you put on the notification bell, you will be notified. And then share my videos with friends who are technical drawing students. Tell them about this particular YouTube channel, which is dealing with problems on technical drawing, and it is done in a raw form. You see the way I handle all the instruments, and this is where to learn technical drawing truly and truly. Thank you for listening. Keep on practicing. God bless you.